Hello everyone, it's time to have a look at the latest issue from Daphne's Diary magazine. So if you want to see what's inside and if you want to get it, then keep on watching. And by the way, I'm wearing blue on purpose and you will see why while going through the magazine together. Let's jump into it. Starting with the cover, we have a very pink yellow theme, also some Easter specific sketches and also the traveling theme, a lot of flowers. So basically for sure we can expect a lot of content regarding spring and Easter time. I like these bunny sketches. I will try to sketch them as well. I really love this part. I can see it basically being a cover of a junk journal. So yeah, I will keep it in mind for such projects. So the context of an overview of the highlights of the magazine. And then a blue, white Easter holiday. And I really like this wrapping with a simple fabric napkin tied with a string. I think it's very easy to do and very decorative as well. And I love blue, so this spread for me is just a lot of inspiration. A recipe for Easter cookies. Yeah, it's an interesting decoration. I think it's not exactly my style, but I can appreciate it. And then a lot of blue, a quite interesting idea of packing small gifts in the shape of a rabbit. And then we have an artist showcased. It's Semia Linka, and she is, from what I just see, a watercolorist illustrator, and her work is amazing. So I really like all of the details that she adds. So it's like something that I could really take my time and analyze in more detail. I did not know the artist, but I will definitely look more of her work. And as you can see, a lot of attention to details and quite whimsical additions with like a small mouse in the iris flower. And then we have a very interesting recipe for an Easter cake, which is not done in the oven, but on the stove using a cast iron pan. And then very pretty and something that we can also reproduce once we have the shapes. It's like a small envelope with a short dedication, which is very decorative, and you use two of these pieces and then you can just stick a sticker or maybe a wax seal in the middle to hold it together, and you can use it as a small card. And there is one design, and then you have a second design for a second one to do. And then something very exciting, and which I can do almost right away using an empty jar and double-sided tape, is just collecting small twigs from the garden. I just trimmed my fruit trees, and I could use some of those twigs to just recreate this very interesting vase. And I could use that vase to just collect the first spring flowers I find in the future. Then we have a different artist which does murals, and they are very, very realistic. It's like adapting yourself exactly to the place, to your wall canvas, so that it's perfect. So you know that the artwork is exactly created for that specific spot. And just like choose which one is real, for example, here. Very, very interesting, and a place where you can just take amazing photos when you are on holiday. One very nice touristic destination is in Brompton in England, and I really like the color palette. It's very springy and it could be used, for example, as home decor inspiration. And it's again in the, so it's like this dusty pink and this like sage, very light sage green. I really love this combination, and you can see it everywhere, so you can get inspiration for your own home. Really beautiful. This one, for example, I would really love to sketch. Then it's a recipe for also an interesting Easter dessert with like biscuits and chocolate, which looks really nice. Another entry in Daphne's journal about cakes. Then I find the difference, which I think will be very exciting for me because I love sewing, and it's all about sewing accessories, needles and scissors. So really looking forward to finding the differences. Then we have, like in the last issue of Daphne's diary, we have the washi instead of the stickers. The only thing which I do not like is that this last one is not cut, so you cannot just take it easily out. I will have to use a precision knife and just cut this part out, and then maybe like fine tune it afterwards to make the washi straight and usable. But I really think the designs are really fun, and especially this one with the hands. Then we have a poem. Again, I love this watercolor tree. I would really love to try to reproduce it. I think it's like the 4 seasons all in one. It's a really nice inspiration, and it doesn't seem that hard to do, I think. I would just start with the areas of like pink, green, yellow, orange, and then a blue one, and then I would add the branches of the tree. I think it's really beautiful. And then a story, where does the Easter bunny come from? And another thing which is even more interesting for me is the Japanese art of kind of relieving a long-term stress called yutori. And I'm looking forward to reading this article, and even better, reading more about this technique. I think we all need it nowadays. And we reach another Easter specific crafting idea. It's regarding using the napkin technique or decoupage and applying those on the eggs. I think I would use like plastic eggs or eggs that are already empty, and then applying them so that I can reuse those eggs also for the coming years for Easter as a decoration. They're really easy to do once you have the eggs prepared. A journal entry from one of the readers, a coloring page. Again, what I don't really appreciate is like they're really thin, so I guess you can only use colored pencils for this one. It's like alcohol markers are excluded unless you want to give up the other page. And something very original and exciting, and something that I really want to do with my kids, is like kind of write down or the first time, so the date where you can see for the first time that flower or that bird or that insect in the year. So it's like all of them are things that you see in spring, and we can write down every time that we see one of them until we complete the this spread. It's really original, and I think it's something that we can do for many years to come. Then we have an article about home decor and presenting the house of Helena Dahl from Sweden. It's very like a lot of prints, a lot of color and happiness. So, and a lot of fresh flowers as well. So I really, really find this home decor very welcoming. And something very beautiful is also that in May, Daphne's diary will turn 15. So there are 15 years since the first issue of Daphne's diary, and they are offering the readers the possibility of creating their own cover for the magazine, and there will be 15 people that will win one of their paper books. I'm personally thinking about giving this a try. Let's see if I manage to do something that I'm proud of, and then I can just participate in the competition. My initial thoughts are including some of the things that I really love in the creative world, like watercolors, pens, paints, and so on. So I really would like to do something in that direction, maybe. Then it's a story about the four-leaf clover and why it has become so special. Then a very nice illustration with a bunny in a square. I think I will add it in a frame and use it as a home decoration because it's really pretty. And then presentation of overview of some very popular types of cheese like feta, camembert, roquefort, cheddar, and so on, and the wine to pair it with as well. Then a destination in Italy for summer, it's definitely Lago d'Orta. It looks like in the north of Italy. So, and it's wonderful. So I think this would be like a special destination for everybody that loves urban sketching. I think this would be like you just turn around and there is a subject that you can sketch. It's really, really awesome. And I think this one, I will use this picture as well as reference, maybe in an oil pastel art. Let's see how it goes. I'm doing currently 30 days oil pastel challenge where I'm using affordable oil pastels, and every day I'm trying to paint something with them. I'm currently at day 22, and maybe I can just use this image as a reference for my own creation today in oil pastels. Really beautiful. So I think I will add this location to my to-go list. Then another Easter article. It's Pisanki. I'm not sure if I pronounce it well, but it's Pisanki means writing, and it's a technique where you can just write with wax on the eggs, and kind of you can isolate. I suppose you are using the wax and then you color it, and the wax covers the area and protects it from the color. So and you just use wax in several steps, and you just cover, and you are able to color the egg in multiple layers, in multiple colors. Then a little game which we can do with our, like, the little girls in our life, and it's like helping find the right pair of shoes. It's really an interesting game. Then another tourist destination is like in the Alps, Hortensia Spa, with a place of relaxation, mindfulness, really returning to nature and relieving stress through nature. Then another presentation of the paper book, which we saw in the last issue. I think it's a really nice one. The price point is quite high. There are a lot of pages, so you get a lot for your money, but still 40 euros is a lot of money for this. Maybe I can win it with the cover competition. Who knows? Then another thing that you can do with the kids, which is a really nice project, is creating like egg shapes from felt or even more intricate shape depending on the age of the child. But they look not very difficult to do, like these small leaves and circles. I think you a slightly older child can do it, no problem. And you can use this blanket stitch, I think, for all of the projects, which is really nice. And then something about an article about the idea of letting go and learning from nature about letting go. Another journal entry with the egg hunt. Then a very cute spread about cats and the fact that they just love cardboard boxes and what we can do for them. And then a huge journal entry called the running group, and you can see that there are running shoes and also a beer here illustrated. I'm looking forward to seeing what this journal entry is all about. Then readers letters, which are very cute images. I really love to see what others that are reading Daphne's diary are doing, are getting inspiration from. And then we have an artist that uses natural things to create her artwork, and it's basically using like prints of leaves or twigs, and she is creating quite huge art pieces that are so textured and beautiful. And you just can just see that small details in these huge artworks. Very unique. And another interesting article characterizing relationships that we have with friends, with neighbors, colleagues, kids, and relating them to a certain type of flower. Also, a read that I'm looking forward to. Then a very cute idea which we can implement like right away is decorating eggs with the help of a Sharpie. We don't need like all the flowers. I think just the eyes, the cheeks, and the smile are enough to create a cute breakfast idea. Then two recipes, Ugandan Rolex rolls. I think it's something with eggs. And the other recipe is with smoked salmon, avocado, and egg on toast. That looks really, really nice. I'm looking forward to the seasonings that they are including. Oh, I think that just salt and pepper. It's like very easy to do. And that's some white vinegar. Interesting. Then we have 4 napkin rings, which are already cut. You just take them out easily. And I love the intricate pattern and also the color palette that they chose. I think will look very beautiful with a napkin ring. Then another poem. I really find this artwork beautiful. It's just like using small lines, flipping a pencil. It looks easy, but it has to be very intentional. Very interesting. And then also for Easter or maybe a Sunday lunch, eggs which are filled with different recipes, fillings. And one very interesting recipe is the one that makes the outside of the eggs pink, and that is very easy to do with just putting the eggs after boiling them in beet juice, and they take this beautiful outside color, which is natural, so non-toxic, and you can then fill them in with different feelings. Maybe I would just use a like also a pink feeling. I think it would get kids really excited to eat more eggs. And presenting also the offering from the web store of Daphne's diary, like prints or different kind of stickers. I did not know, for example, they had like 3D pop cards. It's good to know. And then a different artist is showcased that revives old jeans jackets by using, from what I see, applique techniques into just creating these amazing designs on the jeans jackets. Then another British recipe, simnel cake, which is also for Easter. It looks a little bit like the panettone from Italy. I'm not sure about the taste. It looks very, very good. Then another letter about a teapot, which is very beautiful, vintage. Then we are jumping and we are traveling to Cape Town and the colorful world that we can encounter there. So it's beautiful. It's just like another urban sketcher's dream. So I like this tower very much. I might try to sketch it, although it might be a bit too complex for my skills at the moment. And like a coffee shop, which is very famous, and it was declared the world's best coffee shop. Yeah, I would really have a coffee there as well. I'm a total coffee fan. Then we have like a tea bag holder, which you can cut out from this and just put a simple tea bag inside. So there are like 6 ones to cut out. I personally will not cut them out. I will just keep these prints as reference photos for doing like still life and adding more details to my, for example, my pots and my vessels that are in the still life. I think it will be very useful for that. And I love these, so I will just use them with a different purpose. Then we have the poster. I will just include the image right now of the poster. It's all about pies and cakes this time. Another journal entry about cookies. And then an article about somebody living in a tiny house and has very beautiful photos about the house. It looks very, very small. There are a lot of videos also on YouTube about tiny homes, and what's what can fit in those tiny homes. What I really like about this article is that they are including also the floor plan. I personally find it very easy to understand the space when I'm looking at the floor plan. So yeah, wow, very, very interesting. And then another blue page with the blue eggs for Easter and coloring the eggs and creating decorations. What is very intriguing to me is that there is a lot of blue inside the magazine, but the cover is like pink and yellow, and then the inside has a lot of blue elements. I'm not complaining. It's just a thing I noticed. Yeah. So it's a lot of blue inside, and I love blue. So it's like not a complaint at all from my side. And then it's create very easy to do idea is creating a butterfly from like a square and a circle piece. And I never did that. It looks very intricate to do, but it seems very, very easy. Like, wow, just folding it accordion style when you have the shapes defined, and then you're done. And you have a very beautiful print for that. Or you can just use the reverse side. It's like, for sure, it will look good on both pages. And then a more special print, I think, for spring. And this more bunny Eastery theme. I love this side more. And then this more like subdued but still colorful one, and this floral one. So yeah, it's a great idea to create like a square and cut a circle and then create that beautiful butterfly. And finally, the suggestions of books. This time, of course, my eyes just jumped to this one. It's like a very interesting concept. Learning how to draw in your coffee break. So I would expect here just very quick sketches, easy to do, that you can do in like a 5-minute, 10-minute coffee break. Yeah, they say in the description between 5 and 15 minutes. So it's still quite a lot of fun. Maybe I can have a look at this book. And finally, there is a small competition, and you need to find the 12 little chicks which are included in the magazine. While going through the magazine, I've seen some of them, but yeah, I think I can have a lot of fun. For example, this one here. I think I can have a lot of fun together with my kids trying to find all these 12 chickens so that we can participate in the competition, and we can, of course, and we can win for 2 people that are dear to us a paper book. Wow, that's a really nice thing. I'm looking forward to attending this competition as well. And then the new issue will be in like 1.5 months available. And I also like these florals here. I think I could try to sketch them as well. And the reverse side is also something that I'm always admiring in Daphne's diary. It's something that you can easily just cut away the barcode and still have a beautiful part which you can use in your junk journaling, for example, like for a cover, for tags, for pockets. It's always something very, very nice, and it's a thick thick cardstock, and I love the texture of the magazines. So that was it. I really enjoyed this issue. There are a lot of projects that I'm looking forward to do. If you decide to get the magazine, just let me know in the comments below what is your favorite project. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!